The Congregation for Catholic Education Institutes of Study Latin, Congregatio de Institutione Catholica Studiorum Institutus is the pontifical congregation of the Roman Curia responsible for, 1 universities, faculties, institutes and higher schools of study, either ecclesial or non-ecclesiastical dependent on ecclesial persons, and 2 schools and educational institutes depending on ecclesiastical authorities. It was also in charge of regulating seminaries, which prepare those students intending to become priests seminarians for ordination to the presbyterate, until 16 January 2013 when Pope Benedict XVI transferred the oversight of seminaries and all other related formation programs for priests and deacons from this dicastery to the Congregation for the Clergy, which regulates deacons and priests generally, not only their education. The Congregation for Catholic Education retains responsibility for matters pertaining to the structure of seminary curricula in philosophy and theology, in consultation with the Congregation for the Clergy. History. Pope Sixtus V created the forerunner of the congregation in 1588 with the Constitution Immensa, to oversee the University of Rome La Sapienza and other notable universities of the time, including Bologna, Paris, and Salamanca. In 1824 Pope Leo XII created the Congregatio Studiorum for educational institutions in the Papal States, which in 1870 began to oversee Catholic universities. Pope Saint Pius X confirmed this responsibility in 1908 and Pope Benedict XV erected in 1915 the section for seminaries which existed within the consistorial congregation, joined to it the Congregatio Studiorum, and called it Congregatio de Seminaris et Studiorum Universitatibus. In 1967, Pope Paul VI renamed it Sacra Congregatio pro Institutione Catholica. The present name, Congregation for Catholic Education Institutes of Study, derives from Pope John Paul II's 1988 Apostolic Constitution Pastor Bonus. Offices. To fulfill its mission, this congregation has 2 offices. 1. The Office for Universities Higher Education with the subsection Department for International Organizations Dipartimento per gli Organismi Internazionali or DOI. This office has competence over ecclesiastical, which are governed by Pope Francis's Apostolic Constitution Veritatis Gaudium, the 29th of January 2018, replacing the previous constitution, Sapientia Christiana of 1979, and which are tasked to carry out the ministry of evangelization given to the Church by Christ, by fostering and teaching sacred doctrine and the sciences connected therewith. For example, theology, philosophy, and canon law, Veritatis Gaudium, Articles I-2, and non-ecclesiastical offerings in secular sciences that are dependent on ecclesiastical persons, which are governed by John Paul II's Apostolic Constitution Ex Corde Ecclesia, the 15th of August 1990, as well as by the pertinent civil laws of countries in which they are located. Point 2. The Office for Schools. Topic: Competences on ecclesiastical higher education institutions. The congregation conducts apostolic visits to Catholic institutions and receives bishops during their quinquennial visits ad limina apostolorum, in order to discuss with local ordinaries concerns pertaining to Catholic education in their areas of responsibility. The Congregation for Catholic Education erects or approves ecclesiastical universities and institutions, ratifies their statutes, exercises the highest supervision over them, and ensures that the integrity of the Catholic faith is preserved in teaching doctrine. Corollary to this, the dicastery nominates or confirms highest personal academic authorities of ecclesiastical higher education institutions, i.e. rectors, presidents and deans. Names of confirmed and appointed rectors, presidents and deans of institutions belonging to the higher education system of the Holy See appear in the Annuario Pontificio at the section on Istituti di Studi Superiori. These are updated yearly. To this dicastery belongs also the final authority for the nomination of teachers of ecclesiastical learning institutions to the permanent status and to the highest rank of ordinaries of the various cathedrae of ecclesiastical disciplines, through the issuance of the rescript granting the nihil obstat for such promotion, on behalf of the Holy See, academic collaboration for the purpose of obtaining the authority to grant canonical degrees in the name of the Holy See between ecclesiastical higher education institutions that do not have the juridical status as autonomous ecclesiastical faculties, i.e., affiliated, aggregated, and incorporated institutes, and autonomous ecclesiastical faculties have to be approved by this dicastery. The programs and other conditions required of higher learning institutions belonging the higher education system of the Holy See are regulated by the Apostolic Constitution Sapientia Christiana, and other pertinent normative documents of the dicastery, such as 1. Decree of the Congregation for Catholic Education revising the order of studies in the faculties and departments of canon law, the 2nd of September 2002. 2. The Reform of the Higher Institutes of Religious Sciences, the 28th of June 2008, which gives the appropriate norms regarding the pathway of the study of philosophy and theology for those who are not preparing to receive the holy orders, i.e., for the lay and religious. 3. The Decree on the Reform of Ecclesiastical Studies of Philosophy, the 28th of January 2011, which outlines the current requirements of ecclesiastical studies of philosophy and of the philosophical formation that forms integral part of the cycle I of Catholic theology. 4. The normative documents for affiliations, aggregations and incorporations. National Qualifications Framework of the Ecclesiastical Higher Education System of the Holy See. The Holy See is signatory to various international and regional agreements in recognition of diplomas and degrees in the field of higher education, such as the Lisbon Convention and the Asia-Pacific Regional Convention on the Recognition of Qualifications in Higher Education 2011. As part of the process of implementing these international accords, the Congregation for Catholic Education has followed international guidelines, such as those recommended by the Bologna process, in order to make transparent its higher education system. Among the instruments of this process is the National Qualifications Framework, to which all institutions belonging to the system must conform in order to legitimately and validly grant canonical degrees. Leadership. Cardinal Giuseppe Versaldi had been the prefect of the Congregation for Catholic Education since 31 March 2015. Archbishop Angelo Vincenzo Zani has been the secretary since 9 November 2012. Father Friedrich Bacchina, FSO, has been the undersecretary. Prefects since 1915. Gaetano Bisletti (1915–1937), Giuseppe Pizzardo (1939–1968), Gabriel Marie Guéron (1968–1980), William Wakefield Baum (1980–1990), Pio Laghi, Pro-Prefect 1990–1991, Prefect 1991–1999, Zenon Gracholewski (1999–2015). Giuseppe Versaldi 2015. Topic: Secretaries since 1913. Topic: Giacomo Sinibaldi, the 15th of May 1913 to 1928. Ernesto Ruffini, the 28th of October 1928 to the 11th of October 1945. Giuseppe Racino (1945 to 31 December 1949). Archbishop Carlo Confalonieri, the 25th of January 1950 to the 15th of December 1958. Archbishop Dino Staffa, the 18th of December 1958 to the 7th of April 1967. Archbishop Joseph Schroffer, the 17th of May 1967 to the 20th of May 1976. Archbishop Antonio Maria Javier Ortiz, SDB, the 20th of May 1976 to the 26th of May 1988. Archbishop José Saraiva Martins, CMF, the 26th of May 1988 to the 30th of May 1998. Giuseppe Pitto, S.J. The 11th of July 1998 to the 25th of November 2003. John Michael Miller, C.S.B. The 25th of November 2003 to the 1st of June 2007. Jean-Louis Bruges, O.P. The 10th of November 2007 to the 26th of June 2012. Angelo Vincenzo Zani, the 9th of November 2012. Topic. References. Topic. Topic. Documents published by the Congregation for Catholic Education. Topic. Decree on the Reform of Ecclesiastical Studies of Philosophy 2011. Guidelines on the Use of Psychology in the Admission and Formation of Candidates for the Priesthood 2008. Reform of the Higher Institutes of Religious Sciences 2008. Educating Together in Catholic Schools. A Shared Mission Between Consecrated Persons and the Lay Faithful 2007. Instruction concerning the criteria for the discernment of vocations with regard to persons with homosexual tendencies in view of their admission to the seminary and to holy orders 2005. The complete list of documents pertaining to Catholic education can be accessed at this link. External links. Webpage of the Congregation for Catholic Education at the Vatican website. Website of the Higher Education System of the Catholic Church. gcatholic.org